So the Game Awards 2018 just wrapped up, and going into this event, I really didn't have super high expectations for it. I've been sort of vocal about the Game Awards if you followed me on social media for a while, because honestly, it always just sort of disappoints me. But then again, I'm not a big fan of suit and tie affairs. I view video games as a fun thing, and I see all these people dressed up and trying to be a prim and proper show. I don't know, it just sort of rubs me the wrong way. But I do think the concept of the show is actually pretty good. It is good for gamers to get awards, and game studios and game companies to get these awards, because really there's no sort of recognition in this industry. Well, like I said, the Game Awards 2018 just wrapped up, and surprisingly the show was pretty decent. I actually enjoyed most of it. There were some big surprises and some disappointments at the show as well. So what was the Game Awards 2018 all about? What did I like and what did I dislike? Sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and let's talk about the Game Awards 2018.
Hey, RGT 85. Hey, Sean.
Oh my god, it's Stevie Richards! So the biggest disappointment for the Game Awards 2018 for me personally had to be the absolute lack of Metroid, because I was pretty damn sure that there would be a Metroid Prime Trilogy HD announcement for the Nintendo Switch and possibly some footage of Metroid Prime 4. I'd heard this from various sources, a bunch of different people, even some retailers were listing the game based on the rumor, and everyone was talking about it, everyone was reporting on it, and it honestly seemed like a very sure thing. Usually I don't speculate too heavy on rumors and say whether I feel that it's going to become a reality, but I definitely thought that this was going to be a reality. So the complete lack of Metroid Prime at the event was honestly pretty shocking to me, and maybe we just got ourselves too hyped up over it with so many people talking about Metroid Prime potentially being at the Game Awards 2018, but it just sort of made sense for me, especially from a business standpoint for Nintendo. Obviously Nintendo had no games in the running for Game of the Year, so you would think that they would want to have some really big announcements. Now there were some pretty shocking announcements for the Nintendo Switch at this event, and we'll talk about those later in the video, but definitely one of the biggest disappointments, and probably the biggest disappointment, was just the overall lack of Metroid Prime. Maybe we'll see it at a January Nintendo Direct, or maybe we won't see it until E3 2019, but I think people are definitely hungry for Metroid, and it's something that Nintendo needs to talk about. Another issue I had with the show was just the general pacing of the show. This was a 3.5-hour show that probably could have been done in about 2 hours. You had a lot of awards being given out in the pre-show, which is to be expected from this, but I just honestly felt like they could have cut down on a lot of fluff. Things like musical performances. Yes, it's cool that you have a full orchestra there, but do people really care about that? People are there to see the awards. People are there to see the world exclusive premieres, and I just feel like things like that sort of take away from the actual gaming side of things. Yes, they're playing video game music, but I don't know, it's just not that interesting to me. My final complaint about the show was that there was a lot of teaser trailers, but a lot of them were literally just teaser trailers. You didn't see any actual in-game stuff, and I don't know, that's just a minor nitpick, but it's something that does bother me. I like to actually see some gameplay footage. I like to actually know what the game is going to be about, and a lot of these games, they actually had to have people come up and talk about the game after the initial trailer just to sort of get an impression of what the game is going to be about. But honestly, besides that, everything else was pretty good, and there were some pretty big surprises and some really cool stuff that I want to talk about. One thing that was cool is that we got some information on Obsidian's new game. It's called The Outer Worlds. Now, Obsidian is the company, of course, behind Fallout New Vegas and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, and I have high expectations for The Outer Worlds. You know, with the way that Fallout 76 ended up being handled and it just ended up turning out, it seems like this game could be the Fallout game that people potentially wanted, and I think it looks pretty cool. We obviously didn't see much gameplay or anything like that, but I think the world itself looks interesting enough, and it's definitely a game I want some more information on. Another big surprise was we got our first confirmation of DLC for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which I thought would happen at this event, and that is Joker from Persona 5. Now, admittedly, I am not a big fan of the Persona series, not because I don't think it's good, it's just something I never got around to playing, but I know a lot of people are hyped about Joker being in Smash Bros. Now, they didn't show any in-game footage of Joker, because more than likely, this is just, you know, an initial announcement. It's something that probably just got done. I can't imagine they're very long into the development cycle of adding Joker into this game, but that is a good addition for fans of Persona. There are so many Persona fans out there, and now a lot of Persona fans are like, well, are we gonna get some Persona on the Nintendo Switch? Switch, or what's up with that? Another big announcement had to be Crash Team Racing getting an HD remaster. This, of course, was a heavy rumor going into the event, and it was showcased during the event as well, and the game just looks absolutely amazing. Crash Team Racing is definitely a great game for fans of Mario Kart and Diddy Kong Racing. It definitely has a little bit more in common with Diddy Kong Racing, I feel, more so than Mario Kart, but it's an absolutely fantastic game. This is going to be another budget release at $39.99. It comes out in June of 2019, and this is a multi-platform release as well, so whether you have a PS4, an Xbox One, or a Nintendo Switch, you will be able to check out this game, and honestly, I am pretty hyped over Crash Team Racing. Another game I thought was pretty interesting is a new game from a new studio that's created by ex-Assassin's Creed developers called Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey. I definitely got some Planet of the Apes vibes from this. It looks like you sort of go through the evolution phase and you play as an ape going through the metamorphosis into a human playing in Africa. And I don't know, this game just seemed pretty interesting to me. I'm kind of interested in monkeys and things like that. Like, who isn't interested in monkeys? I love the Planet of the Apes films. So to actually be able to play as an ape sort of progressing through the evolution scale in a large open world like they promised, I think that game has a lot of potential and could be something really cool. Another great announcement had to be Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat is a series that is tried and true. It's been around forever, and a lot of people were expecting Mortal Kombat 11 to be at this event, and it definitely was great to see Mortal Kombat 11 at this event. This game will be coming out in April of 2019, and honestly, one of the big surprises was just the fact that it will be available on the PS4, the Xbox One, and actually the Nintendo Switch as well. So that was a huge surprise for me, because I saw that game and I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna pick this up on my PS4 or my Xbox One, you know, no big deal, because this probably won't come to the Nintendo Switch, but lo and behold, it is coming to the Nintendo Switch. So I'm definitely very excited to be able to play Mortal Kombat 11 anywhere I go. It's definitely interesting to see the sort of shift in development for third-party companies wanting to put their games on the Nintendo Switch. But arguably, the biggest surprise to me was a game that I didn't expect to be there, and the fact that it was a Nintendo Switch exclusive was just even more shocking, and that was Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Now, the Marvel Ultimate Alliance series was actually a pretty big series that I actually enjoyed playing back in the day. It was sort of a co-op experience where you could play with a bunch of different friends and go through all these missions using a variety of Marvel characters, and this game is actually being developed by Team Ninja, which is a great studio. They've done, of course, work on Fire Emblem Warriors and things like that, so that's super cool to see as well, and I'm just honestly very excited for this game. The trailer they showed for the game looked really promising, and the fact that this is a Nintendo Switch exclusive is a pretty big deal in my opinion, because obviously the Marvel games are very hot right now, with games like Spider-Man on the PS4 being a huge hit. I really think that Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is going to be a huge hit on the Nintendo Switch. It'll be sort of interesting to see if Microsoft does any sort of retort to this, because obviously there is a big Marvel game on the PS4, there's a big Marvel game coming to the Nintendo Switch, but the Xbox One doesn't have anything. Marvel Ultimate Alliance is going to have online and local multiplayer as well, and I don't know, I'm just super hyped for this game because I really enjoyed those games back in the day, playing them, and I think this is going to be a really great addition to the game. Now, as far as the actual awards were concerned, there was a lot of Red Dead. Red Dead won a lot of categories, and even some categories that I feel it shouldn't have won. I'm obviously not too big into the actual award side of things. Like, yes, it's somewhat interesting, but God of War winning Game of the Year was actually pretty surprising when you see how much love and attention Red Dead Redemption 2 got in all of the other categories that it was nominated in. It honestly felt like Red Dead Redemption 2 was going to do a clean sweep of the event and just win Game of the Year as well, but no, God of War actually won, which is kind of strange because I liked Spider-Man a little bit more than I liked God of War. Don't hate me, it's just my personal opinion. But overall, Jeff Keighley, you did all right, buddy. You did all right. There was definitely big announcements at this event. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is a game that nobody saw coming, and to be a Nintendo Switch exclusive is a big deal. Mortal Kombat 11 looks absolutely awesome, a multi-plat release. The new Crash Team Racing remaster looks absolutely awesome, and once again, a multi-platform release. You actually had the head of Sony, Phil Spencer, and Reggie up on stage all at the same time at the beginning of the show. I don't know the guy from Sony's name. He's not in the camera all that much. He's not like Phil Spencer and Reggie, you know, always in the camera. So I'm sorry that I don't remember his name. But overall, a really solid show. I would have loved to have seen Metroid. I'm still shocked that there was no Metroid at this event. It almost is like maybe they called the last second audible or something like that with Smash Brothers coming out at midnight. Maybe they decided to change their mind, but other than that, a really solid show. Make sure you guys check out all the trailers from the event. I obviously used some of the trailers for the games that I was hyped about. There were other game announcements too that may interest you, but these were just the games that really interested me and really sort of caught my attention and made it feel like a really good award show. So let me know in the comment section down below if you guys watch the Game Awards. If so, what you liked, what you disliked, and what you feel can be improved upon. And as always, thank you for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. And as always, I will catch you guys on the next video. I'm going to play some more Katamari Damacy Reroll. Buy Katamari Damacy Reroll, damn it. It's a good game. I know Smash Brothers is coming out, but so is the Sega Genesis Collection, and so is Katamari. Buy Katamari. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.